Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. This video is going to be a tutorial on how I edit my sketches and turn them into line art. I only started sketching on a regular basis after I started drawing digitally, so this is going to be a digital tutorial. For this I am using Krita. This is free online software that you can download. Three of my favorite brushes are charcoal brushes by David Revoy. They are free and available for download at his website. You can find a link in the description below or in the card on the top of the screen. The file size that I'm using is A5 at 300 dpi. The reason why I use this size is because of my computer. If I use bigger files, the software starts to lag and it becomes impossible for me to draw. So I reduce the size and work that way. The file size is not a problem because I am going to finish it traditionally, so if I want it to be bigger, I just print it out bigger. And of course, I also wanted to show you my favorite sketching color. Since nothing is ever perfect, I started this tutorial wrong, so you can ignore this part. But first I sketch out on paper and then I take a picture of it with my phone and load it onto my computer. I can then open it in Krita, and that is what you can see here behind the pop-up. So after you've loaded your picture into Krita, you can create a new file via File and then New. You create a custom document, give it a name and select the size that you prefer. For me it was A5 and 300 ppi. I just said ppi. Yeah, pp. Okay. I said before that it's dpi. It's dots per inch or pixels per inch. I'm not entirely sure if there is an actual difference, but 300 is a number that I always keep in mind. So whatever you prefer, go ahead and type that in. Since the drawing that I made is in landscape mode, I am selecting landscape and then the new file is created. After that, I go back to my picture and select the part of the image that I want. I copy and paste it into my new file and a new layer is created. You can name it whatever you want or whatever suits you. And then I start adjusting it to the size that I want it to be. Once that is done, I am creating a new layer, which is going to be my sketch layer, and I make sure it is above my picture layer. Then I will adjust the opacity of my picture layer to somewhat around 50 or 60%. This will allow the sketching lines to show up better. And then I'm off sketching. I am going to speed this up a little, otherwise the video will just become way too long. While I was sketching, everything was lagging already because every time that I am recording what I am doing on my computer, the software just starts to slow down, sometimes up to a point where I can't draw anymore and then I need to shut everything down and start it back up. It's kind of a pain, but on the other hand, I'm very happy that I can now incorporate the digital drawing with my drawing process in general, because as you can see, the bear that I drew here is not the same bear that I have been drawing for my gouache paintings. He has already gone through some style changes, so here I am trying to apply those new style changes to the sketch and changing him completely. The original sketch that I took the picture of was quite small. It was about, I don't know, 3 to 4 inches, and therefore I couldn't put a lot of detail into it. If I make bigger sketches, I usually put in more detail and actually almost finish them on the paper. So in that case, I would completely skip this step and go straight to creating the line art. If you are happy with your sketch, you can either use it this way, or you can go a step further, what I like to do, and completely clean up the line art. It will end up looking almost like a coloring book. Before I clean up my sketch, I repeat the exact same steps as I did with my picture. I lower the opacity of my sketch and create a new layer above it, which will be for my line art. And for the line art, I am using black because it will just be more visible than the red one. When I create my cleanup, I will zoom in and go very slowly to create smooth lines. One of my favorite advantages of drawing digitally is the fact that you can draw through. You can do this with pencil as well, but of course then you have to erase and eventually it will ruin the paper, or it will smudge, you know. With digital you don't have that problem, so you can just draw the straight line and then erase what you don't want afterwards. This will make sure that your lines end up correctly, so they aren't crooked or all of a sudden create a different perspective. Finally, I will turn off the sketch layer and the image layer and see my final result. This is the stage where I check whether or not I have forgotten something or I still need to erase something. It will also give me a better view of things that aren't working out and that can still be modified before I print it. And so we are near the end of this video. If you like this video and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time!